Okay, so today my name's Jamie and I'm going to be speaking to you about my individual analysis of the Swift Army diversification uh, case. So just before we start, a little bit of the history of the company. Victorinox was established in 1884 by Carl Elsner and who is the great grandfather of the current CEO of the company today. Elsner opened a cutlery shop back in Switzerland to deliver knives to the Swiss army soldiers back in his day. Millions of people around the world now currently associate the Victorinox with Swiss values such as innovation, reliability, functionality, and quality. And in 2005, Victorinox acquired the American company Wenger, which is their main competitor, including the Swiss Army label. So overview and mission statement. So the brand's attributes we've talked about before within their mission statement is the quality, innovation, functionality, and iconic design. For the portfolio consists of the Swiss Army knives, the household and professional cutlery. We have the timepieces, the luggage, and the fashion market as well. All of these different products hold the same values and philosophies of the company. So the key problem with this case is, should Victorinox diversify into the fragrance industry and the acquired business unit that they got when they horizontally integrated it with Wenger? And if they should diversify, how? So looking at the opportunities and challenges, so to enter the fragrance market is a great opportunity. There's a huge profit opportunity with an increasing growth in the middle class customer base. And consolidating in current product markets as well. For the challenges, entering a new market is always difficult, and the case made it clear that the businesses that entered the fragrance market within the first 2 years managed to sustain sales, but then the third and fourth year they had to drop out. A varying cost of raw materials adds as another challenge, as well as keeping strong relationships with manufacturers is key with your success in this industry, highlighted by the case. So looking at the external analysis, we have the suppliers, which are globally within Europe and in Japan, for the potential entrance of all their product markets. They have little threats from their Swiss Army knife market because they're the most dominant competitor, whereas everything else such as fashion, luggage, timepieces, anyone could come into the market and pose as a threat. Their substitutes, they could have many substitutes within the fragrance industry, especially low cost product substitutes. Their buyers are aimed at people with a lifestyle of fitness who are active, military or forces background, and business people as well. Also aiming at customers that are of the age range of about 25 and above. So for the internal analysis, we've got the raw materials from suppliers from around the world globally. For the operations side of things, we have the manufacturers. Just to give an example, TRG is a group they work with in developing and innovating their luggage. And their fashion products are manufactured by world-renowned companies in Europe and Japan. For the outbound logistics side of things, we have mainly they're exported globally, all of their products, which highlights the global presence of the company and the strength of their position. And also their distribution channels they use, with sales subsidiaries in 8 countries and distribution partners in over 100 countries. So for the marketing and sales side of things, the company has their own brand shop in New York City, and the company brand and the reputation and history kind of self-promotes itself. For the service side of things, they deliver their products through the main attributes of the company. For the organisation strengths and weaknesses, it's got a strong brand reputation, as we've talked about, transferable attributes into new ventures, into new markets. For their weaknesses, there's no past reputation in the fragrance side of the market, so it's going to be quite difficult to sort of pull customers away from competitors that they're loyal to, and it's a ferocious competitive market. So in terms of evaluating the situation, having acquired Wenger's fragrance business unit, I would suggest that Victorinox should keep the Wenger fragrance name in their products that they sell through the fragrance, sorry, because for previous customers to their fragrance who contributed to 9 million of Wenger's fragrance sales in 2005, it would lead to less confusion if they changed the name. And in terms of transferring their attributes from Wenger fragrance, this will help customers get the same level of quality and service in what they're buying. So decision making process. So taking advantage of the opportunity of the market growth in the middle class customers is a bit of a no-brainer because there's huge profit opportunities, but a difficult task nonetheless. In non-diversifying option, you're missing out on profit opportunities and spreading the company risk over the portfolio, although it could be a conservative decision not to diversify as the market's raw materials prices are very volatile, and their small market shares tend to there's kind of like small market shares for their main competitors. So looking at the decision matrix from the figures that I calculated out, the main best strategy alternative is diversification. Diversification and capital expansion was the main thing we got out of the matrix. In terms of the implementation plan, the cultural attributes to the Victorinox brand into the Wenger fragrance, selling a fragrance that embodies the history of the brand, and use the brand attributes in historic life to build the strengths of relationships between the Victorinox and the suppliers of their raw materials. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, shoot me an email.